Hey guys, what is going on? Sin back here with another video. We are doing the review of how we did in the week one of the Major Tier split for the CDL. So let's get right into it real quick. So with the first game of the weekend on Friday, it was Toronto, Miami. We gave Miami a map. We did say that they might get 3-0'd, and boy did they did. Yeah, not much to say about that one. They kind of got stomped. Miami didn't look amazing this weekend. Eric struggled in his first game or his first match in the CDL. He did better against the one versus FaZe. We'll get to that a little bit later here. But yeah, Toronto still looked dominant. New patch doesn't really matter. They look pretty good. We'll see about Rio. They looked a little dicey, but they also still won it. So props to them. And then the second match, we're going to go with New York and the Ravens here. We did give Ravens a map. They kind of sold the series. So they end up losing 3-2, and they probably should have won the series. They really should have. They kind of choked it. We did say that they probably start out by getting that first hard point, which they did. They also got the S&D actually. Their S&D did look actually a little bit better, so they clearly been working on that as a team together. But New York inevitably kind of did just turn on in a gear and absolutely stomp them, especially in the last two maps. The map four, the hard point, and the last S&D were not really that close. New York did look a lot better, but still some worries about that New York team. So we'll see how they do next weekend. They play Boston and they also play FaZe, so not the easiest schedule next weekend for them. So we'll really get a look at that team next weekend again to see how they're kind of doing in this in split two. Moving on here to Breach Ravens, I did say this was going to be a really good matchup, and it was. Breach looked a whole lot better with Asim. Like I said before, he brings steadiness. I'm sure the comms are a lot better. He kind of struggled a little bit, but he also went off a couple of maps, and especially in the control, he looked dominant. He dropped 30 something kills in it, so he looked fantastic in that. They do end up winning 3-1, so we also picked that correct. We did give Ravens two maps, but they ended up winning 3-1. And then these next two series we guessed completely perfect with the map count and everything. FaZe versus Miami. Miami came out hot. I mean, Miami came out hot. I'm not sure why FaZe played Subbase. I mean, I guess they're just trying to expand their pool of maps for sure, knowing that they inevitably will win this series. But they did. Miami did look a lot better against FaZe. Eric played a lot better, but again, FaZe is just a team that's so far ahead of everyone else that it doesn't really matter right now. Miami's definitely got some pains to go through here. They went 0-2 this weekend. Next weekend, I'm not sure. They play Legion and they play Thebes, so they need probably to win both of those next weekend. But we'll get to Las Vegas in a minute, but they looked a lot better. And then moving on to Surge, New York. This one kind of had the writing on the wall, in my opinion. Surge look like a dead team. I mean, Surge look like they actually might be the worst team in the league right now. I, there's not much to say. I mean, Illy not being there and carrying that squad clearly is showing that there is even bigger weaknesses that you probably didn't even see at the major and stuff. I mean, he was willing them to victory whenever they did win. This wasn't close. I mean, New York kind of just took this by the reins and went with it. Surge have a lot of pains to go through, and they might need another swap um, of players. Abuza needs to go to the AR for sure and just stick there. This team is in a world of hurt for this split, especially right now. So we'll see what they can do. But for right now, Seattle, like if you're betting, you should be betting against them. And then moving on to Sunday's matches, these matches are really good actually. Sunday was a pretty good day. So Legion, this is the one game that we got wrong. Las Vegas came out and beat LAG. They completely looked like the better team all around. Purge looked better with a sub in his hands. Geo struggled a little bit in some of the matches, but Attach had a legacy series. I mean, Attach had like a 1-4 KD, I think, and he was completely controlling everything on the map. I mean, he played out of his mind, so that might have just completely willed them to victory, which we'll see what happens. When Attach brings it back to human form a little bit. But congrats out to Vegas. They played well in comparison to what they've been doing. So, and then LAG, I still think they're fine. They're just like a mid pack team. I don't know if there's really a change that they'll make or anything like that. I've been saying that Assault's kind of been struggling, and maybe you could look at changing that. But for right now, they're fine. They're still a mid-pack team. We'll see what they can do in the coming weeks. I wouldn't worry too much about them yet. Moving on to Rocker and Ultra. Minnesota might be the top four team. They might be the fourth team. They really might be. They might be better than New York right now. They look pretty good. They are showing that the team cohesion is there. Um, accuracy's been playing pretty well. Linz is a stud. He's in contention for Rookie of the Year for sure with Gwyn. But inevitably, Ultras is too good. Map 5, you can take a guess on what happened. I don't like that was a speed run. Toronto just completely smoked them in the last S&D. Um, Minnesota looked like they just disappeared kind of from the map. So, but Toronto 2-0 weekend. Minnesota with a good showing though against the top team. So they continue their ability to play well. And then the last match was Optic, LA. This one was perfect, right? Thieves still have a lot of problems. You can tell. They still only have one hard point win on the entire season, and if you listen to their comms, they are hectic. I mean, it's like it's bad. It's pretty bad. I mean, you think these guys are like actually in war with the way their comms are. So they need to figure some stuff out. Clearly, I mean, we'll give them a little bit of a break. It's the first match they've had with the new team with Nasty and Crimp, but they still clearly are demonstrating some weaknesses and really need to figure it out. But this is how we did in the first week, so pretty well. Only missed on one. Got a couple perfect. So, and we'll be back for week 2, and I hope you guys enjoyed.